So satsang is an opportunity to be together in presence, to be together in what is real and not in the mind. And it is an opportunity for you to explore whatever questions you may have. And if my voice is too faint, please don't hesitate to ask me to speak louder. One moment, there is somebody who's contacted me here. Okay, let me just close that. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them at any time. You can ask them just by speaking, raising your hand if you want, or just speaking your question, or writing your question in the chat box. The spiritual exploration is about waking up to your true nature. It is not an intellectual or a conceptual exploration, although the intellect is used and is a very powerful tool. Although it is a limited tool, spiritual exploration is about realizing the freedom, realizing the infinite truth and happiness of your true nature. So if you have any questions, anything that you're exploring, hello Alvaro.
Hi, do you listen me?
Yes, I hear you, Alvaro.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
I'm trying to help some people here in Costa Rica.
Yes.
So, with Jenny and Shanti Vidya, did you communicate with them?
Shanti, I see Shanti online, but I have not heard her speak. And I have sent her a message asking her if she could hear me, but I have not heard back from her.
Okay.
So, but I do see that she is online with us.
Yes.
I hear her. I can hear her.
Yes,
okay, I do not. Let me see.
I can hear.
Let me try one thing. Okay, Shanti.
Yes, I am. I can listen and I can see you.
Okay, good.
I don't know where is the message that you sent because I don't know. It's the first time that I enter, so I don't know where is that message. I haven't seen that, but I'm here and I.
Okay, Shanti. Okay, very good. Very nice. I hear you. You know, it's possible. I'm not sure how your screen is, but on my screen there is a chat box.
Oh yeah, I see it.
So if you press the chat box, you could see. You could see, like for example, I'm going to type right now, "Hello, Shanti," and send it to you.
Yes.
You see that? So you. But since we can hear each other, you could just ask your question directly without necessarily using the chat box. But it's as you wish.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'm happy that I'm joining because of the time. It's good for me this time, so it's perfect. First time that I'm joining.
Okay. Well, welcome. It's nice to have you with us. Lee has a question, and by the way, I just want to say hello to Monica. Hello, Monica. Can you hear me, Monica?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I do. Welcome. It's nice to see you.
Thank you. I got in this week.
Beautiful. Welcome, welcome. There is a question that Lee asks, which is, let me see. I was watching the video and you said that awareness could not be perceived. Is that so? So the question is, can awareness be perceived? So the awareness cannot be perceived as an object. It cannot be perceived as a form. It cannot be perceived as an event, because consciousness or awareness is what perceives. It is the perceiving quality, the perceiving element, rather than the perceived element. So when you look at a tree, the tree is perceived, but the awareness that perceives the tree is not perceived. It is not perceived as an object. And yet, although it is not perceived as an object, it is known intuitively. It is known, excuse me, not as a perception, but as an apperception. An apperception is an intuitive knowingness that is not objective. And the knowingness of awareness is via awareness. In other words, it is awareness that knows itself. This self-awareness, what is referred to as self-awareness, is awareness knowing itself. The next unfolding of this knowingness, Lee, is the knowingness that the awareness that knows, the knowing awareness, is what I am. In other words, it is not simply a knowing of awareness as a form or as an object or as a concept, but it is a knowing of awareness as the experience of beingness, as the experience of amness, as the experience of presence. So the knowingness is the knowingness of awareness knowing itself as the ultimate perceiver, and the knowingness that this ultimate perceiver is what I am. Not what I am as Megdi or as Alvaro or as Linda or as Lee, but me as I am, as reality, as the reality of consciousness. I, as the reality, precedes Megdi, precedes Alvaro, precedes Lee, precedes Monica, precedes the labeling, precedes the mind. This knowingness is a pre-mind knowingness. Okay? And the next unfolding of this knowingness, Lee, is the knowingness that this presence that is the awareness, in other words, the I amness that is this awareness, is universal, is not personal, is not limited to a specific body-mind. So I answered your question beyond the the realm of your question. So in brief, consciousness or awareness is not perceived as an object. It perceives objects, but it is known.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, Lee.
Yeah. That was pretty much exactly what I was wondering. How awareness is perceived. So you answered it. It's not perceived the same way that objects are perceived.
¿Qué pasó?
It's
Correct.
perceived through a knowing more than a perception.
Correct.
And using the perception method, or I don't know about method, but noticing my perceptions is a very useful tool for me to separate a little bit from. I don't know. It just helps me step back a little bit from everything when I notice my perceptions, and so when or if the knowingness of who I am shows up, it won't be like a perception of an object.
Right. So the noticing, rather than noticing just what is perceived, is noticing the fact of perceiving. See?
Yes.
So you're not just simply noticing the object that's being heard or the sensation that is being sensed, but
Right.
you're also noticing the fact of sensing, that there is a dimension that is not objective. One could say it is rather subjective, that knows the object, that perceives the object, but it's not limited to perceiving any specific objects. It can perceive any object. It can perceive any sensation, any perception. Although the perception, the object perceived changes, the quality of perceiving is uniform and constant, which is not just the quality of perceiving, which is awareness, but there is also a presence aspect to that, Lee. In other words, it is you that perceives. There is an amness, there is an I amness, a beingness, a presence that is intimate with that awareness. It's not just awareness floating out in space. It is awareness that has a presence quality to it. But this presence is not a personal presence. That is a very important distinction to contemplate, that the presence that perceives, that is intimate with the perception, does not have any borders. It occurs in the openness of being. So like in this very moment, for example, you hear these words. You hear them effortlessly. You hear them in the openness of being, in the openness of awareness, in the openness of presence. So there isn't an actual border where your perception, where your experience starts or your experience ends.
Yeah. So what? I guess the one, I do notice perception, and I do somewhat, understand that's who I am. The perceiver.
Yes.
But, I guess I'm telling a story that's not awareness.
Well, I mean, there is awareness. In other words, you're aware of the hearing, because if the awareness of the hearing wasn't there, the hearing wouldn't even record. It wouldn't be perceived. When you are looking at a tree, the tree wouldn't appear in the absence of awareness. To what would it appear? If it appears just to the sense organ, which means the I, E-Y-E, the sense organ, which is the I, is an instrument that perceives the tree, but it's not the ultimate perceiver. It goes to me. It goes to I meaning capital I, not E-Y-E. So through the visual tool of perception, through the I, E-Y-E, I, capital I, awareness perceives. So the instrument is not the perceiver.
Mm-hmm.
I often refer to a bird watcher that's using binoculars.
Mm-hmm.
The binoculars are an important tool to perceive the bird, but it's not the binocular that perceives.
Yeah.
It is I as awareness that perceives.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and that's the main confusion that we have, where we believe that I as a body-mind perceives. You know, I as Megdi perceives, as a body-mind, as a male, as a female, whatever is what perceives, as a brain, as an object. That is the confusion, is that it is the organism that perceives. But in fact, the organism is only an instrument. It is not the ultimate perceiver. It is an instrument.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Yep.
It is an instrument that is used, that sort of focuses the perception. But the perceiver is consciousness.
And that's who we are.
And that, yes, that is what I as consciousness am. Consciousness is what I am. And this consciousness is not contained. It perceives locally. It can perceive, for example, locally right here, right now. I'm in my office. So there is a local perception. You are in your office. You know, Linda is at home, etc. There is a local field that is appearing to awareness. So awareness simultaneously is perceiving locally many different minds, different scenes, different events. It's like the sunlight when the rays of the sun shine. They shine on the forest, they shine on the ocean, they shine on the city, they shine on many different scenes. But it is that one sun that is shining. So it is that one consciousness that is perceiving at all locations simultaneously. In other words, the consciousness right here, right now, that perceives this screen right here in this office here in Virginia is the same consciousness that is perceiving right there, right now in Australia, Linda's home, and in Costa Rica, in Alvaro's home, and Monica's home, and Shanti's home. There's only thought that arises that says, this consciousness is personal. There is a thought that arises. It's out of ignorance that says, this consciousness is personal, is my consciousness. It belongs to Megdi, belongs to Alvaro, etc. This thought is perceived. In other words, the thought that says, I am Megdi. I, consciousness, am Megdi. that thought is perceived. Because if it was not perceived, I could not even express it. I have to express what I perceive. When I say, oh, here is a tree, it is because I am perceiving a tree. I might be perceiving a tree visually, or I might be perceiving a tree mentally by thinking about a tree. But irrespective of whether it is an actual visual perception or a mental perception, it's still a perception. So the thought that says, this consciousness is personal, I am Megdi, is perceived. What is it that perceives it, that perceives that thought?
Awareness.
Absolutely. The awareness, there's awareness that perceives this thought that says, I am Megdi. And that awareness that perceives this thought does not say, I am Megdi. It perceives the thought that says, I am Megdi. So, when awareness perceives an object, for example, you perceive a tree, do you say, oh, I am a tree? Or if you watch a bird, do you say, I am a bird?
No.
No, you do not say, I am a tree. You do not say, I am a bird. Similarly, when you perceive a thought, no matter what the thought says, it's still an object you're perceiving. It's still a form, a subtle form, but still a form that you are perceiving, yes?
Yep.
So when you perceive a form, like a tree or a thought, do you say, oh, I am a tree, or I am a... No, you don't say that. So the thought that says, I am Megdi, you perceive it. So why do you believe it? Or the thought that says, I am Megdi, why do you say, yes, I believe it, I am the tree, or yes, I am Megdi? You see?
I don't really even perceive that thought. It just must be happening behind the scenes.
Yes, it is on remote. This is why we're bringing it up to the surface here, Lee. We're saying, okay, come on, come out from behind the scene.
Right.
You're right, it is behind the scene, but it's there nonetheless. And it's very perfidious, because without noticing it, we live with that identification, with the identification with the body-mind, with identification with the person, with identification with our gender, with identification with our achievements, the achievements of the body-mind, you see. And all these identifications are the identification of consciousness, of awareness, with something that is perceived.
Yeah. And we don't identify with perceiving a tree.
Right. We don't identify with the tree,
But that's
we
the same thing
identify.
as a thought. I mean, it's just a perception, just like a thought of
Yes. Absolutely. So the world, body, minds are perceptions.
Yeah.
They're perceptions. And as perceptions, they do not define the perceiver. Perceptions do not define the perceiver. Nothing does. That's the beauty of the perceiver, Lee. Nothing defines the perceiver. Because what would define it? The only possibilities to define the perceiver is for something to perceive the perceiver. If something perceives the perceiver, then that's the perceiver. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the ultimate perceiver. The ultimate perceiver, well, there's only one perceiver, which is this I am. This ultimate perceiver is not perceived, which brings us back to your question, can awareness be perceived? It cannot be perceived. The perceiver cannot be perceived, but yet it is known as I am this awareness. And this awareness is not personal, meaning It is not limited to a specific experience, to a specific body-mind, to a specific event. Yes, Monica. Sure, there is a question from Shanti, but please go ahead, Monica, if you want to ask a question. Shanti, if you don't mind, I'll come back to your question in just a minute. If it was, maybe it was not a question, just a statement. But yes, go ahead, Monica.
Thank you, Maggie. What I wanted to ask you, and I'm kind of maybe shifting gears here, I've been dealing with what I would call, and maybe I'm wrong for calling it this, but like a catastrophic health event. I had
a catastrophic, I didn't hear very well.
A catastrophic health event.
Yes.
I had a brain tumor, okay, and very lengthy brain surgery, and I got left with the right foot doesn't work. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, I'm kind of wondering, you know, I mean, you know, I've been studying the Course a long time, studying Eastern traditions, and, you know, I'm not a body, and yet I'm limited by this body that's not well right now. So I'm just wondering how you would frame that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm assuming, yeah.
You say you are limited by this body situation right now. Could you consider that the body is limited by this catastrophic health event, rather than I am limited by this catastrophic health event? The body that we call Monica, it was sort of handed down to you, the name Monica, that the body Monica is limited or affected by this catastrophic bodily event. We feel that I am affected by this catastrophic bodily event because of the belief that I am this body. I am this body-mind. The only way for you to be this body-mind is to believe it. It is the belief that you are the body-mind that creates this powerful impression, and that creates this feeling within your body, this bodily sensation that I am this body. But in your deep sleep, you do not feel that you are the body-mind called Monica, nor do you think that you are the body-mind Monica, nor are you identified with the body-mind Monica. Also, in your night dreams, you are, in most cases, not identified with the body-mind Monica, because in your night dream, you are experiencing all sorts of dream characters, all sorts of dream events, all sorts of dream situations. So contemplate your experience in your night dream, and your experience in your deep sleep, and ask yourself that question. If I do have the experience that I am not the body-mind Monica in the dream state to a certain extent, and in the deep sleep state to a larger extent, is it possible to also have that experience in the waking state? Is it possible to suspend in the waking state this habitual identification of consciousness which is what hears these words right now, that has no name, that has no age, that has no form, that has no limitations. Is it possible to suspend the identification of awareness, of consciousness, which is our experience right here, right now, the experience of consciousness, to suspend the identification, or to see through it, to see this identification of consciousness, which is borderless, which is limitless, with a mortal body-mind? That is the contemplation that you need to turn your attention to. As long as you remain with the identity, with the identification, the virus of mortality will continue to haunt you, and the happiness and the freedom that you seek will continue to elude you. So, obviously, just from having this conversation with you right now, from hearing your question, there is enough functionality to this body-mind to function within the limitations that it has. All body-minds function within the limitations of the body-mind. There are no exceptions to that. But I am not the body-mind. The body-mind appears to me as bodily sensations, as thoughts and perceptions, as events, as phenomenal events. But I do not appear. I, meaning the awareness, the consciousness that hears these words, that perceives this perception, do not appear. And yet, I am very real. Consciousness is very real. It is the reality of consciousness that eludes most of us. Excuse me. Yes, honey. No, it's okay. Not now. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Monica, are you okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, if you have any follow-up question, please, you can pose it in a minute. Shanti, did you have a question?
Yes, I was in the most interesting part of the conversation, and the storm came and the electricity went off, so I got unplugged, so I'm just connecting. But you were saying that then consciousness is only one. There's only one consciousness, one kind of awareness. So is that right? Did I understood? Did I understand?
Well,
okay? Because it seems like the body is just like the binoculars that you were saying for watching the birds.
Yes, yes. Yes, so there is one reality, which is the reality of consciousness. Mm-hmm. In other words, it's important not to pick up any belief system. It's not important that you believe what I'm saying. It's much more important that you perceive, that you understand from your own experience what is being.
That resonates somehow. That make like a click inside. It's like.
Yes. Yes.
That's why it called my attention, because it's like I never like got this idea that there is only one.
Yes.
So
yes.
it doesn't matter who perceives it.
Yes.
I'm
If you.
still not clear on the thoughts, but there was something that made click in the sense that it's not my consciousness, it's not my awareness. It's just it's there.
Right. Yes. You see, like right here, right now, Shanti, you hear these words, right? You hear these words, and you perceive this perception, but in that moment of perceiving, in that moment of hearing, which is right now, there is no Shanti.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like right now, if I snap my fingers and you hear the snap, at that moment there is no Shanti. There is just a pure hearing. There is just awareness taking on the form of hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I wrote to you in before when the conversation was going. I was writing that I feel like that awareness is really in the silence. That is because there's a moment in which it's so silent that you can perceive everything, and I think that is the I amness. I don't know, but
yes,
I don't know if it's similar to what you're saying.
yes, that the well, right, the silence, the stillness is out of the stillness everything arises. It's out of the stillness that a certain sound or a certain perception or a certain phenomenal event arises. It's like you can look, for example, at a wave, a wave, and the ocean could be very, very still, and then out of the movement of the wind, even the movement of the wind arises of the stillness. So out of the stillness, all movement arises. But what stillness refers to? It refers to consciousness. So consciousness is, as one could say, is the moving moving factor, the creating factor, is the force, is the energy, if you want to use that term, of all manifestation. Manifestation arises out of consciousness, which is, yes, stillness, silence. It's
only one.
Yes, it is, right. Yes. If you look at your experience right now, or you look at it any time, you always have this just one experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, it's just this one experience. Mm-hmm. Yes, there is a reality right now to this experience. Yes? Mm-hmm. There is a reality. This reality is just this one reality. It's like there is a screen. You could look at, there is a screen, which is, you're looking at the screen of the computer. It's just one screen. Mm-hmm. And the screen, there are different images that arise on the screen. But the screen is just this one screen. Mm-hmm. So the images can change. A minute ago, it was Monica who was talking. Before that, it was Lee. Now it is Shanti. So the images change on the screen, but the screen does not change. Mm-hmm. So consciousness is one. Why is it one? Because it has no borders. If you look right now at the awareness, which is right now hears these words, and you try to ask yourself, where does this awareness start? You cannot find a starting point. Mm-hmm. What if you ask yourself, where does this awareness right now end? You cannot find an ending point. In what direction does this awareness go? you cannot find any direction. If you ask yourself, what is the size of this awareness? You cannot find a size. So this awareness, whatever it is that hears these words, has no borders, has no definitions, no mental definitions that can define it. Like you can define a table, or you can define a tree, or you can define a bird. You cannot define awareness as an object. So it is borderless. What is borderless has no borders, means it's one. In order for there to be two, Shanti, there has to be some border between A on one side and B on the other side. It has to be awareness A on one side of the line, and on the other side there has to be awareness B. But when there is no dividing line, there is no starting point or ending point of awareness, then how can we talk of two or three or four or five, awarenesses or realities?
And that is like, I mean, I know it's simple and probably everybody says yes, but for me it's like, whoa, because you always are talking about my awareness, like I am aware, and it seems like it's mine and it's my little awareness, but now it's just like opening the eyes. It's like, no, it's not mine, it's just awareness.
Yes, absolutely, Shanti. Beautiful.
It's not mine.
Yes, you see, as I was sharing before with Lee, the thought that says this is my awareness. Well, first, when there is no thought that says this awareness is my awareness, there is nothing there that says it's my awareness. So for this awareness to be my awareness, what is required is the thought that says, oh, this is my awareness, right? So the thought arises and it says, this is my awareness.
So I am aware.
Or the thought, I am aware. Because that's another example. It's again, the thought has to arise that says, I am aware. Because right now you hear these words, there is awareness, but there is no thought, I am aware. But let's assume that a thought arises that says, I, Magdi, am aware. I am aware. I am aware. I, Magdi, am aware. Now, there are two ways of looking at that. First, the I that arises says, I am aware, could be I, the body-mind. Or it could be I, awareness, am aware. So there's a big difference. I, the body-mind that is aware, is perceived, because the body-mind is a perceived thought or a perceived sensation. But I, awareness, I'm aware, that is not something perceived. It's an apperception, meaning there is an intuitive knowingness that I am aware, not I as Shanti, I as awareness. Because you're right, Shanti, when you say I as awareness, I am aware, that makes sense to me, because awareness, we all know, awareness is aware. Yes? We all know that awareness is aware. So to say I as awareness, I'm aware, makes perfect sense. But to say I as a body-mind, I'm aware, that does not make sense, because the body-mind is a perceived object, and it is awareness that perceives it. And as I was telling Lee before, if you're perceiving a tree, you are not the tree.
But then it makes sense, because somehow I have seen this awareness to be as if all of us, could be aware or not be aware. But as I'm looking at it now, it looks like if awareness just is, it doesn't matter if the I, Shanti, is aware or is not. Awareness is anyways, independently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, let's look at this question. What is it that is aware?
I don't know. As I say, like if I am just listening, I know there is awareness.
Yes, we know there is awareness right now. Because if there was no awareness, there would not be this conversation. There would not be this perception. But the question is, and this is a question for all of us here, what is it that is aware?
Oops. Yeah, sorry.
What is it? What is it that is aware?
The I that is bigger than the other I.
Yes, yes, yes. There is only one, I don't want to use the word thing, but I'm going to use the word thing. There is one thing, one non-thing that is aware, which is awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Awareness is aware. A tree is not aware, a chair is not aware, a sensation is not aware, a thought is not aware. It is awareness that is aware. Yes, do you agree? Are there any questions about that?
No, I think it's
awareness is aware, yes? So right now, if I ask you, Shanti, are you aware right now?
Yes.
What would be your answer?
It would be yes.
Yes, it would be yes. And what is it that said yes?
I think the two, because one is the me as a person saying yes.
No.
It also is the other part that is aware.
The me does not say yes. The me does not say anything. The me never speaks. The me is perceived as a thought, as a sensation, as a perception, as a memory, as an image, but it never speaks.
Never speaks.
The me never speaks. The me is dumb. Dumb meaning cannot speak, cannot hear, cannot see. Only awareness does.
Okay. Okay. So everything happens in awareness.
Absolutely. What is it that is aware? We just asked this question a few minutes ago, and I submit that there's only one thing that is aware, which is awareness. Mm-hmm. Everything else is being aware of, like a tree is being aware of. A body is being aware of. Hunger is being aware of. A headache is being aware of. You see?
Mm.
But there is only one thing that is aware, and that is awareness. Awareness is not being aware of. Awareness awares itself. Awareness awares everything. Awareness is only one thing, but it's not a thing. I use the word thing as I don't know what other word to use. One quality. There's only one quality that is aware, and that is awareness. Mm. So I ask you, Shanti, are you aware right now? And your answer is yes. So I ask you, what is it that said yes?
Awareness.
Awareness. Awareness said yes. Awareness said yes. Because awareness knows that it is aware. It knows that it is aware. A tree does not know that it is aware, right, Shanti? A chair.
I don't know, because I feel it might be aware, probably.
Wait. Who is going to know? We are going. Okay, let's ask the tree. Okay, let's ask the tree. No, let's ask the keys. Let's ask the keys. Okay, let's ask the keys. Keys, are you aware?
Well, the keys.
No. Okay. So a tree is not aware. Yeah? A tree arises in awareness.
Not, okay.
A tree arises in awareness. And a tree, the substance of the tree is awareness. We can talk about that later.
The substance of the tree is awareness.
The substance of the tree is awareness.
Okay. Okay.
But the tree is not aware. Only awareness is aware.
Okay. 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 Oh, that's a good one.
But what's very lovely is that when you ask yourself, am I aware? Your immediate answer is, yes, I am. How do you know you're aware? You know you're aware because you are awareness. Because only awareness knows that it is aware. A body does not know that it's aware. A body is an object, like a tree, like a chair, like a. But it's a sentient object. It's like a jellyfish or a fish or a bird. Or it's an object. It's a form. It's a phenomenal, subtle, not subtle. It's a sentient form. A form is not aware. Only awareness is aware.
Okay.
You follow?
Yes.
But you...
Independently of the form, only awareness is aware.
Only awareness is aware. So when you ask yourself, you can do that later, tomorrow or day after, until next time we meet, do this exercise. Ask yourself, Shanti, are you aware? And your answer is going to be, yes, of course I am aware. And then ask yourself, well, what is it that is aware? And you will realize only awareness is aware. And I am this awareness. Not I as the body-mind. I am awareness. I equal awareness. I is awareness. In other words, presence equal awareness. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat, presence, Chit, awareness, Ananda, bliss. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Presence, amness, I am. Awareness, meaning perception, sensing, consciousness, equal, are one. They're one.
Thank you. That is so useful. I think I'm going to get with this the whole week.
Yes.
Because it's like, I don't know what happened. There was like a click, like, whoa.
Yes.
I don't know. It's something.
Yes. And this hangout will be also on YouTube. If you need to see it, you can see it again if it's helpful to you. Okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Linda, hello, Linda. Hello, Linda. Let me see if I have your. Okay.
Hi, Magdi.
Hello, Linda. Yes, I hear you.
Okie dokie.
Yes, very well. Hello,
Oh, good.
Linda.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, Linda.
I loved what you and Shanti were talking about.
Yes.
And you made it so clear about awareness, about it just being one thing or one presence or one reality.
Yes, yes.
That is the reality of everything.
Right.
And I noticed in myself that I loved it, and yet there was a little part of me, a little thought of I'm going to lose something by just being everything without the identity, and which is ironic because most of the time I'm hating my identity.
Yeah.
How crazy is the ego mind? On the one hand, I hate it. I want to kill it, get rid of it, and now on the other side, it's oh, you can't get rid of that. You'll have nothing left. You'll be nothing. You'll just be this. So I'm just wondering practically when that comes up, what to do.
Okay, Linda. It's important to realize that this resistance comes from the identity. It comes from the separate self. whenever the separate self starts to sense itself at the edge of extinction, at the edge of annihilation, it struggles to sort of stick around. So one of the ways it attempts to maintain itself is by going into your body and making you feel lousy, making you feel fearful, making you feel like you're gonna, as you said, you're gonna lose something, making you feel like you're going to die, making you feel like you are gonna lose your mind. Various ways but they work. These ways work because the body feelings are very close to us. It's like when we have a stomach ache. It's easy when we have a bad thought, it comes and goes. But a stomach ache or a chest ache or we have a flu, it sticks around with us, in our experience. So it's very important for you to understand that this process is bound to happen. Well, in most cases, will arise, will happen, and to stay strong, to stay true, not strong, to stay true to what you truly are, that you are this presence, that you are this borderless presence, the love, the infinite beingness, the undefined quality of being that encompasses everything, that embraces everything, and out of which everything arises. To sort of come back to that and remind yourself of that, and to allow those feelings to like waves to sort of travel through the body mind without attempting to fix them, without attempting to do anything about them, because the separate self wants you to get busy with fixing stuff. That's how it maintains itself. Oh, I have a problem to resolve. I have an issue to settle. I have a feeling to fix. I have an emotion to overcome, etc. You see? So, yeah, just don't fall prey to that. And at the body level, be expansive, be large, be open, and allow these waves. No matter what shape and form they take, there is a lot of space within your belly, within your chest, within your being, within your body, within your presence. There's a lot of space for these emotions and these feelings to sort of thin out and come to rest.
A vast virus database has been updated.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm just going to check one thing. I believe that I think there were a couple of people trying to join us, but it's difficult for me to be doing the hangout and also attending to this. Ron Ash. Okay, let me see. Ron Ash. I'm gonna try to invite him. Let's see how we can do that. Okay. Okay, if anybody has any other questions or hello, Alvaro.
Hi, Magni.
Hello, Alvaro.
Hi. Do you listen to me? Yes?
Yes, I hear you very well.
You know, what you just spoke with Linda, is something that I am living in this moment. In these past few days, I have had this strong feeling that I'm going to die, right? That my mind is gonna get crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Yes.
And at the same time, there is this, when there is this recognition of awareness, right? Tears start to come from this body, right?
Yes. Yes.
There is this, and this is happening more often, right? More that really is just this recognition and this. Oh my God, it's such a. I don't know how to explain, but basically, I would say physically, it's like tears start to come.
Yes.
Right? I'll feel the eyes. Right? But what you said, what you answered to Lynn, it's just a commentary, really. It's not so much a question. It's a commentary, because what you say to Linda was, my God, perfectly. When you say, stay strong. Well, it's strong in that sense, right? It's strong in the sense that to be in this recognition.
Yes, exactly.
And not to be followed, and not to fall in the trap of thought. Basically.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Right. Yes. Yes. By being strong, what I mean, there are like two levels of that. One of them, to remain in your knowingness that you are this borderless presence. You are not a me. You are not a self. You are not a body mind. That you are this universal consciousness. To sort of at the mental level, at the conceptual level, at the mind level, to remind yourself that is what I am. The me, the self, arises as a memory, as an echo, as a habit. It arises in my perception, but I, the awareness, do not arise. The me arises it arises as an object, as a form in my presence. So that's one level at which you stay, quotes unquote, true to your understanding. At the other level is at the body level. Now, at the body level, as you were just saying, Alvaro, about like this fear of death, or this sense of annihilation, that you're going to lose your mind, or you're going to die. That arises as a body sensation, as a feeling, at the body level. Now, at the body level, it's really important not to struggle with it. To say, oh, okay, I'm going to die. Okay, here I am. Here I am. Here I am. Lose my mind. Take the mind. Let's lose the mind. Let's lose the mind. Here I am. Because in that relaxation, in that openness, you're coming more in harmony with the quality of consciousness. Because consciousness is naturally open, naturally embracing. It loves everybody and everything. It loves the deer, and it loves the lion that eats the deer. It creates both of them. It's the creator of all, and the embracer of all qualities, of all phenomenal qualities. So then, at that, when you sort of, I don't like to use the word surrender. It's more like, it's more a love than a surrender. It's not like a resignation, resigning yourself. It's just the love. Love is open. Love is an open heart. So at the body level, you invite the love. And then you say, okay, the body, is time for the body to die. Okay. Consciousness always says okay, and at some point, consciousness will let go of this body. It'll say, okay, body MACD, boom. No more breath, boom. Stop. No problem.
Right. Yeah. Because basically the fear is mental fear.
Yes.
Right?
Well, yes. It is mental and physical too, Alvaro, right? I mean, we feel the fear in our body. Yeah. So it's but the root of the fear is the reverting back to the belief that, oh, I am a me. I am this particular entity that is born on this date and that's dying every day a little bit more. You see, this identification with the body mind is this fear, because as soon as there is identification, there is mortality. Right. Because all forms are mortal. And the fear is the fear of mortality. And the fear of mortality is such a bummer. It's not fun. No. It's not fun. Who wants it? Nobody wants it. It's like, please, I mean, okay, fine, you know, just forget it. I am not gonna go with that. I'm not gonna go with that, because what's so fun in the fear of mortality? Tell me, is there any fun in it? No. and yet we live. Well, I'm saying in general, speaking, you know, generically, we live with the fear of mortality, like as if it's our companion. No. And the way to really come to grips with this fear of mortality is to realize in your experience, not in your thinking, in your experience right here, right now, that you are this aware presence. This aware presence, that right now, this pure, open, borderless, aware presence. And that is just terrific.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful. Yeah. It is beautiful.
Yeah. And this is something really, what you say, when this fear through thought, mental fear arise, it's nice just to see it, right? It's like embrace that.
Yeah. Yes.
Not to fight with that.
Yes.
Right?
Listen,
yes.
No problem. Fear wants to come. All right, come up. No problem. Nope. Because you see, fear is very tricky. It wants you to struggle with it. You see, the separate self wants you to struggle with the emotions because it maintains itself in the struggle. But when you say, oh, no problem, fear, okay, body ache, okay, awful nightmares, okay, you say, as soon as you say okay, but the total okay, really okay, where you're willing to go all the way with it. I am willing to die. And okay, that has no conditions to it, like a total okay, 100% okay. It's like it's like it dissolves. Well, if it dissolves or not, it doesn't matter. But you stay with 100% okay, because the separate self exists in pursuit and resistance, and it does it through the body feelings. Right. So it's important to sort of say yes at the body level. And not to try to maintain your body, not try to maintain your body experience, your body health, your body situation, not to of course, I don't mean like there is a certain reasonable way of operating with the body, feeding the body, exercising the body. There is a certain intelligence to that. I'm talking about the identification, where not to maintain this, this concern about the body. There is a way of being with the body that's easy, that's not obsessive.
Wow. Yes.
Because consciousness is all in. It creates all bodies. I mean, what is a body? I mean, if you look at a body right now, if you really look at a body right now, you're just gonna find consciousness.
It's body's just like everything is what you said before. It's a manifestation, right?
Yes.
It's some kind like a mirror.
Yes. You know, when we were kids, you know, Alvaro, you remember those little sticks that you light up with a match and it goes psh, and you turn, you know, I don't know what you call it. Maybe Lee would know. Lee, you know what these things are called, like during Halloween or whatever, you light them up. What are they? Sparklers. Oh, yeah, thank you. Sparkler, yes. So you know those sparkler, I don't know if you ever played with them when you were a kid. Yes. You can make, if you move the sparkler, you can make a circle, you can make a face, you can make all sorts of shapes, you see. So the forms are created. It's as if like consciousness is drawing Alvaro a tree, a sky, it's a creation out of consciousness.
Right.
This experience, this experience right now is amazing experience of. It's really beyond mind. It's beyond the mind. It's a mind-blowing thing. This experience, and it's 1,000% consciousness. You see, you could I don't know. You just see it, feel it. It's consciousness appearing as this voice, this form, this movement, this perception, this colors, this.
Yeah, and there is such a happiness in that.
Yes, yes, beautiful.
There is this realization that everything is consciousness.
Beautiful.
There is such a happiness.
Yes, yes.
Like you say, Ananda.
Right, Ananda. Yes, that's the freedom. That's the realization of goodness. What a fantastic! It's better than fireworks. And it's 24/7. I mean, you know, even when I lie down in bed and the body is sinking in sleep, there is like this. It's ecstasy.
Yes, exactly. And this one is the really meaning of life, to be really happy, enjoy life.
Yes, beautiful, very beautiful.
And this realization to really enjoy life.
Beautiful. It's a celebration, yes. Life is a celebration. It's a celebration of friendship, of beauty, of enjoyment, of the body movements, dances, theaters, conversations with friends, sunset, sunrise, the wind, the trees, the house, the trees. I mean, I look at the ceiling over your house, the roof over your head. It's just amazing. These beams, of wood. It's life is a celebration. It's a celebration as soon as there is this awakening from the me, then the celebration. The world, body, mind, that was this complicated forms that we had to maneuver through, become this yes, a celebration. Yes. Oh, I don't hear you, Alvaro.
Okay.
Oh,
sorry.
Now I hear you. Yes.
The phone ring. That was my daughter.
Oh, okay.
I need to go to pick her.
Okay, Alvaro. Beautiful.
Love you.
Okay, love you too, Alvaro.
Love to everyone. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Love you all. Beautiful. 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 Thank you. Well, I don't know if there are any other questions, but maybe for now we'll say goodbye. Nice spending time with you all. Very lovely.
Thank you, Maggie.
Okay, Lee. Bye, Linda. Okay,
thank you.
Bye.
Congratulations. Congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you. It's very beautiful. Thank you very much. Love you all. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye.